diamonds on me, so that's not happening. I'm not rich.
Also, I know one of the things I needed to work on was repairing
Armor.
Inari's armor.
Yeah.
Once he got me the parts.
Oh, real quick. We also found out we don't want to work with Savoil, Max Tack, Arasaka, Maelstrom, and Petrolchem.
Petrolchem.
There you go.
That's what I forgot.
Normally roll me a basic tech check.
Basic deck. Let's see.
So I assume he's going on his morning jog, even though Night Owl is...
Night Owl stalks him on his morning jog.
Okay.
I mean, his morning jog would be from Graves's to his place.
Okay, well, on the way back from your morning jog,
A 19.
as you're kind of running through the shipping yard, you find a decent amount of material that you think you could just scrap for an Ars armor and not have to worry about finding.
That works.
You just find like some basic metal that whatever corporation definitely did not care about the 50 eddies that is.
I'll take it. That means I can patch that armor up right away. It's more like how's Inari moving around the city without his armor jack? Man's probably paranoid as hell.
Oddly enough. Yeah, a little bit. Doesn't show it very least, though. However, I wouldn't know your routine yet fully, I don't think.
Hope that fixed it.
Normally would have told him at some point.
Don't feel like Anomaly says it unless he's asked it.
Yeah.
He's just one of those people who doesn't think it's important until it's brought up.
You know what? No, more, can't do that. Wait.
I don't know, Josh.
I have. Why you not close? I have 7 eddies. How much does a cup of coffee run me? 5 eddies. Shit!
This man about to go broke for some coffee?
I am. Nori's kind of a bitch without his coffee.
That'd be like Anomaly without an energy drink.
Exactly. However, after he's done getting his coffee, which you're still probably going to be out, but I'm going to try to contact
Am I hearing you need a donation, Jish? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I'm guessing I get glitch.
Does he take his agent with him?
He does, but during his morning run, he doesn't answer it.
Shouldn't you answer that? It's still going off.
Nah, Glitch will take care of it. If it's important, he'll tell me.
Do you always do this?
Don't call me during my run.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the run.
Oh yeah, every morning.
Why?
Gotta stay in shape.
I mean, I like working out as the next person. I was just asking.
So why are you following me? Don't you have more people to torture at Graves' clinic?
No! You're the only one trustworthy.
So by torturing me, you've determined that I am now trustworthy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel in general. You literally tortured me earlier this morning.
And?
Oh, Warhammer Dark Times, ready to play. It's already done.
Why would that matter?
Because people don't typically like getting tortured.
So? This is when you go, man, this girl needs therapy.
Girl need a little bit of therapy.
Close than therapy and more, she needs to be.
That would stare.
Well, you can say at least there's this one guarantee. If she's gonna torture you, well, there's no blind side to that actually.
I'm gonna say, are we justifying this right now?
I'm not trying to justify it, just to hope that there's some sense of security or something like that. That, I don't think it's a good thing for someone not to feel anything before.
What's up, Graham? Graham? Do you need something? What do you need? You want your TV on? Not yet. Do you want me to come over and turn it on and put it on your channel? Okay, give me a second, I'll be right over. Okay, we can make that deal.
Why shouldn't I follow you? Somebody could attack me while I'm alone at your place. I don't know your enemies. Well, actually, I know one of your enemies. What are you doing with your face? You're like,
You're making my head hurt.
but you're like scrunching it up. Why are you scrunching it up?
I honestly don't know how to deal with you.
What do you mean? I think this is perfectly normal. I know that you're trustworthy and that's what matters.
But how do I know I can trust you after what you just did?
Because I'd never turn anything you're doing into salve oil.
Okay. I was never worried about that.
You should be. Salve oil's everywhere.
I think you should be more scared of Arasaka.
Why?
Because they are literally everywhere.
No. What's so bad about it?
I need to get this started. Could you buy me a energy drink from the vending machine?
That one?
Yeah,
Are you-
doesn't matter which. Just pick one.
Are you gonna run away if I do it? I really don't want you to run away.
Would you buy me an energy drink from the vending machine?
She'll do it, but she's constantly looking over her shoulder to see if he's gonna stay.
Nope.
He waits, and the moment it's in your hand, he just starts sprinting back to his place.
Sad owl noises.
I mean, he waited.
Just trying to make up for.
Can I throw it at him while he's running?
I really hope that.
God, please,
Yeah,
damn.
why
his
not?
equilibrium- I really hope his equilibrium's unaffected by
I
slavery.
think it's a body body for throwing things.
Oh, please nail him in the back of the head. It'd be so funny.
It would.
Oh, please tell me it was a natural 10. If... Yes! 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 It's better.
So a 15, and you said my body?
Yeah, I think there is...
It's athletics for throwing.
Athletics, yes, that's it.
So it's a 15 is the roll.
It's dexterity, but dexterity is what you use for like even melee
22.
combat.
Oh,
Do you have a chance to catch this?
So, technically, I'm pretty sure how this works is you can dodge it. However, I don't know if you want to use your dodge something once per day on a can. Day or combat? I think it's day.
For what?
For
for
dodging.
your dodging, like how you dodge a hand grenade.
It's any attack.
Oh,
It's not limited.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's this. I can do it too. He and I both
it
took
just
dodging.
gives
I
you.
know that
There's
if you
just the
fail it-
chance that if you, yeah, it's just the fact that you're taking it to
I mean,
chance
yeah, you
to.
could definitely try and dodge the energy drink then, if you wanted to. However, otherwise...
But I want to try to catch it.
I don't...
I don't know what I'd roll.
Because you're trying to run, so you're not looking that way, you're kind of
Not
running.
true.
So it would be her making an attack, and I don't think you can catch an attack. Unless there's
Fine,
something I'm missing.
Fine, I'll dodge it. I'll try to, I should say. 20.
Okay.
You
I
fail.
rolled a 9.
You didn't outroll me, ho.
Get clonked in the back of the head with an energy drink.
Or wait, no. Because. What'd you roll?
22.
Oh, yeah.
I was above a 20. I know that. That's how I was like, no.
I forgot.
And
what
it
you
has to be beat. It can't be me.
For you, you have to be the beater of the attack.
Yeah,
I still beat it.
the attacker has
That's why I had to ask, because I was like, wait, maybe.
Yeah, but you get an energy drink to the back of the head. Roll a d4.
Just see if I'm straight with energy drink. 2.
A 3.
Oh wow. This thing takes 3 damages. That thing hits the back of your head, and the surgery that Doc Graves just did definitely is not a good thing to have something plonk the back of your head. And you just feel it, you're like, oh, and then it just starts to swell the pain in your head.
Oh. He stops running and is just grabbing his head.
'Cause you don't have head armor, right?
Not on right now.
Yeah, so definitely take 3 though. Just thinking about armor for a second. That's calculated.
Question though, Ryan, did the can break open?
I'm gonna say no, because this is the crazy cans that are so
That's
pressurized
fair.
that they can't explode.
Also, how many eddies was it?
The energy drinks are at the vending machine or 2 eddies.
So she'll pick up the can, and then she'll just put it on the back of his head because it's probably cold.
I deserve that.
And it is actually chilled, so.
And then she's gonna walk back to his place without looking at him. However, I'm gonna go. Go ahead.
He's just gonna walk holding the can to the back of his head.
She
And then once
definitely
he's
looks
back,
at you
he will,
cross though, but then it like changes for like half a second.
This is the last time I try to mess with you. It was a joke.
Mine was funnier.
Was it?
Yeah. I didn't think I'd get you that well.
gonna call in Nari now that I've realized that that I have a missed call from him.
Yeah, all I can imagine is the can flying.
I'll be
through the
back, gotta
whole
help Graham.
briefcase of Hitman.
Nari, you're making your morning rounds after your coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah. I'd just be walking around, going across the markets probably right now.
Ring ring. Banana phone. I don't know why that's your ringtone, but that's your ringtone.
Totally. Hello. You hungover or something?
It feels like I just got hit in the head with a can.
Oddly specific.
I think I found all the pieces I need to patch your armor up.
Thank you.
What you need?
I need either you, Night Owl, preferably both of you. We need to meet with my boss.
Meeting with the client.
Yes.
Okay.
She there right now?
Yeah. I feel like she just threw a can at me.
Have any ice?
I've got a cold can.
Why was a can thrown at the back of your... Why was the can thrown at you?
It
Yeah, that
doesn't
wouldn't-
matter.
Well, I think I should call Graves as well, but... I'm assuming Night Owl is doing something right now.
I don't know. I'm working on your armor.
Well, is there any way you can get her attention so she can hear this?
You want who's it
Yeah,
there?
I'll
Wait,
put-
what?
I'll put you on speaker.
Who are you talking to?
Okay.
Here, take this. He just throws his agent at you.
She probably drops it.
Oops.
That was
Ah,
loud.
that's probably what happened with Glitch anyway.
She doesn't even pick it up, she just leans over.
Hello?
You're out. Night Owl, I'm... guessing you didn't hear what I asked a moment ago, did you?
Yes. No, I didn't.
You just hear loud welding in the background.
So, my boss, the client, would like to meet up with someone who is more technically inclined than I am. So either you or the Nomad.
No, man.
You're not a Nomad.
Tech.
Techie. Yeah. Either way, I need one of you to meet up with my boss. However, I'd prefer both of you to.
What? I don't know where that is, ma'am. I don't know where your knife is. You're gonna have to ask Mom. Thank you. One sec, I just need to text this before I forget.
I think I kind of know how you're gonna respond to this. So you haven't.
Anons can go.
It's Anams.
Yeah.
You came up with a nickname for him.
I mean, he didn't like Nom.
I can tell why. I wouldn't. I know you don't like stuff like this, but is there anything I can get you? Is there anything I can get you so you will come? It could possibly help you with your.
I'm gonna need a hair dye kit, colored contacts, a different outfit that I can throw away when I'm done. I want to burn it too.
Say you just want something to be able to change what you look like. You just want a whole makeover.
Yeah.
And you'll come.
Maybe it depends on how convinced I am. It's gonna be really good.
It's gotta be really good. Okay.
Anna's coming out more and more.
Huh?
Anna's coming out more and more.
I've been thinking of how I can pinch certain areas of the vocal cords.
Okay.
Because
Well,
she's really supposed to sound like a helium voice, but she really comes out a lot like Anne.
Or she comes out like Shy.
Shy's a little bit just lower pitch.
well,
I can't just do this voice.
I will get you those items.
Okay.
I'll message my boss and see when she wants to meet, and I'll send you the dates. Nari out. Time to call Fumiko. How for joy. Bop, bop, beep.
She answers. And just who I wanted to see. How are you doing?
I'm good. Both the Netrunner and Tech have agreed to meet up.
Are you bringing the whole team?
Yes, I still have to get in touch with one of them, but I got the two important ones, and I thought you would prioritize that.
Graves is important.
No, Graves is important. I just forgot because I was so busy trying to get a date for this. I'm thinking with my dear God, gotta get this done. I assume the fourth will be there. I'm sorry. I've been a little bit distracted. When do you want us to all meet and where?
Nighttime. In Japan. There is a rooftop sumo dojo, and I would love if you all went
We will.
there. And you hear a ping, and you're guessing you got sent the address.
Do you want this to be later tonight?
Yeah.
So, I'll make sure they get it.
Tell them to bring something nice.
Okay.
I'll wear my nice jacket.
Sounds
I
good
don't
to me.
own any nice clothes.
My nice jacket is the jacket I'm wearing.
Is there
Oh.
anything else you want to tell me before I go?
Well, besides one of us being very, very, not formal position, I'll try to get her some better clothing.
I just want her to be there. The clothing is option.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better.
Maybe I should word that different, but you know me.
Yes,
No, clothing is on.
them to
Clothing
bring
is
their best clothing.
It is a silly
I
difference.
expect at least underwear. Hey, if you're naked, that's not good. Underwear, that's the least you can wear.
How unless you're anything else.
No. However, I'm calling Doc Graves now. Poor my brain working 100 miles a minute.
The worst part is, Graves is just a thing. She's making this
Yeah, but it's just more like medical tech. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. Everyone's techie besides me. I do not like cool.
Maybe.
Yes.
And next school book.
But Graves wants to be fun. Not Graves.
Hey Groves. I have 2 questions to ask you.
Alright.
Can there's no bad news. Can I borrow some money?
Isn't that bad news?
I'm sorry, that was great.
Bad news. Can you give me your cash?
I'll give you part of my cut. Whatever I ask, whatever you give me, I'll pay you back in my cut once this job is done. Is that okay? If there's interest, I'll be fine with it.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
I need to get Night Owl something so she'll be satisfied with something.
Alright. What you looking at exactly?
Can I use my agent to find out how much all those items she listed would run me?
What was it all again?
It was
It was
a
basically a
makeup kit.
disguise kit.
Basically, this guy's kit.
Is there any cybernetics?
No,
just
she didn't.
like hair dye and
hair
other
dye.
things.
Okay, because I know there's
Clothing.
cybernetics that you can put on your body that aren't in
Fashion wear.
skull base. They're fashion wear, so. Just the disguise kits.
Basically.
That's basically what she asked for.
Give me one of your good fixer rolls. I could probably say in between 25 to 50 eddies.
What's no one want to owe a nom?
Because they're sick of owing Grimfoot.
Yeah. So what would I? Well, I
Now
think
you
I rolled
owe
a
Grace.
6. I just need to roll. I'm fucking fine with that. I'd rather owe Grace than the goddamn Yakuza.
Don't you already owe these?
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting because your way of actually getting a discount here is going through the Yakuza.
My ass.
And
I mean, if you're
because of
offering-
that, you have a loyalty bonus, so you are getting it at a lower price.
Well, that's good. So what did I have to roll?
Your fixer, it's the
My fixer thing. So
your
17.
cool plus. Okay, yeah, you
Yeah, I've had none of mine. I got to make 3.
Okay, yeah, that's. Yeah, you can get it for. I'm gonna say. I'll say 30.
I need to borrow 30 eddies.
I'll wire it to you.
Thank you. Oh, do you have any nice suits?
I knew one.
Well,
It's related to the second. This is the second question.
This is the other bad news.
me, Anomaly, and Night Owl, I almost said Songbird, Night Owl, are going to be meeting with our client about the job today. And I wanted to bring it up to you so you it is.
I'm coming, am I not?
Yes. I wanted to make sure you weren't busy. It's the second reason I called.
Well, let's ask that. When is the meeting time?
7 o'clock. In Japantown. It's at a dojo. I can send you the deets.
Send them away. I should be free around that time anyways.
I'll send them the location. Actually, I'll send them all the location and the time. And to say to wear something nice.
There's a very glitchy notification sound from Glitch.
Thank you. Thank you for the eddies.
No problem. Like I said, you will get me back after the job.
Yeah. We'll make sure
If
to
not,
give you...
if not, I might have to take the interest and it'll cost you an arm and a leg.
I was going to give you 60 eddies, but I guess an arm and a leg counts too.
I'm joking with you, Inari. I'm not actually going to steal your arms and legs.
This language is so weird. Okay.
Right. Meet you at 7.
See ya. Time to head to a market.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna buy all this stuff. I'm gonna... Fuck, I don't know. I'm assuming they're still together, so I'll head to Anomaly's shack. It's basically a shack.
Also, I rolled a 22 for repairing Inari's armor. I'd assume it's either basic tech or weapons tech, but it's the same number. It's the same number either way, so... And it was only missing, like, what, 2 SP? 3?
So, unless you all have left Anomaly shipping container, Inari will arrive with exactly what Night Owl asked for.
I'll also get it in the briefcase, because that's nice. I'm also just opening the door because I know just to open this shit now. I'm gonna peer in. Is Night Owl there?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up and hold on.
She's typing on a laptop, but she's there. Because I still gotta send Ryan what I'm changing.
I'm going to set the briefcase next to her. Here's the stuff you requested.
She doesn't even process you're there.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Did you get the message?
He looks around for Glitch, finds him on the floor.
Is he by my feet or no?
He'd be like by my workbench. So I pick it up. Okay.
So she's been clocked out.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've been working on your armor.
You both have been clocked out.
Two of the people who completely focus on their work. We're just sitting here. What time is it? I don't have a watch.
I'm gonna ask my agent what time it is.
So all the calls, the morning interrogation that happened, it's like 12 o'clock-ish. It's a little after 12, like 12:40.
Almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I should have this done in time.
If not, I had another non-bulletproof vest I could have worn.
Okay. Honestly, yeah, backup. Everyone should have a backup. It's a good idea.
Is a really good idea.
That way, when one's damaged, you can use the backup until the other one's repaired.
Mm-hmm. It's only clothing. It's only cosmetic. There's no other armor jack, sadly.
Oh, we'll get you one. Don't worry.
Yeah, eventually.
Wait, this says nice clothes.
You're saying it's nice clothing?
No, your message says wear nice clothing.
I'm gonna look you up and down. How does he look?
Dirty.
I mean, he's wearing what he's wearing in his art, except there's definitely some welding dust, a couple scorch marks on the cuffs.
As character. Actually, if you want, I can help get some of that stuff out.
Except he wouldn't have the jacket on right now.
If you want, I can help get some of the characteristics out. Clean it up is what I mean. Okay.
I'll make sure to clean up a little bit. It's not like this is my only pair of clothes. I have one that looks exactly like it in that box over there.
Yeah, wear whatever you want.
Alright.
Naria's gonna put his hand in front of her computer screen for a second, kind of wave it.
It's not even acknowledged.
How do you get her attention?
Steal the computer.
Yeah, not doing that.
I mean, it's my computer.
I'm going to close the screen and push it down.
Anomaly! Oh wait, that's not an anomaly.
Hi.
Hi.
I got you what you requested. It's in this briefcase.
People just stop believing in bags.
She
No, I want
opens
the
it.
Everything in
Are
there.
the contacts, the hair dye, and the outfit in there?
See?
What color hair dye did you get her?
What
It's
color hair
she never
color did-
specified.
Oh!
Rainbow hair
Out
dye.
of curiosity, no. He would have got a fucking rainbow hair dye for the stealthy person. That's not.
Oh no, glow in the dark.
Yeah, totally no. What's your hair color now? Out of curiosity.
What it appears, based on everything you have seen with her, it's a very, very, very pale purple, almost into a... One second, I need a color wheel. I always forget. Wait a minute, I think I put it in her sheet. What am I talking about? I was very specific on her hair color and eye color. It's a very light dirty blonde right now. So it's like it's a whitish hair with a dirty blonde tint right now. So she's leaning into bleach blonde.
I'm curious. Her dirty clothes. What color do those seem to be?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the color of her clothing she has on right now?
Whatever's in her picture. Just raggy clothes with holes in it. Dirty.
Damn.
Oh yeah, we can't see each other's
Art. Yeah.
sheets.
Um.
I'll zoom in.
I will say.
Copy image over here. Tips
You would've
brain. D&D
gotten-
text. Cyber chase. Control V.
You would
Enter.
have gotten like
That's not the one the token should.
not bright,
It's not.
like a little bit darker purple hair dye. How about that?
This is not a good color. I refuse to put this in my hair.
Okay, what color do you want?
Not this one.
I need a specific color before I go out and get another one of these.
Not purple. That's it.
What color?
Not purple.
There's a spectrum of colors. You know this, correct?
Not purple.
Will green be okay?
I don't know.
Will red be okay? Will any color besides purple? I do not have.
She just keeps blinking at you.
What color do you like?
None that are super bright. Not purple. Why am I supposed to like a color?
You can.
Oh.
You like certain foods, don't you?
I'm sorry, I can't
Wrong
keep a
person to
straight
make
face.
That statement too.
Sure. I love all the foods.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Okay, you know what? I will take this bottle back. I will return it. I will come back with a different color.
Not purple.
I know. And
You're
I
gonna
will
give me
use
gold
my
back. You're
intuition to figure it out.
Oh,
He's gonna walk out with this bottle, close the door, and exhale loudly, and then walk away.
Did I say something weird?
and she's looking at it anonymously.
Typically, if you ask someone for hair dye, you give them the color.
Why?
Because how are they gonna know which one you want if you don't tell them?
Well, I really just don't want purple. That's the only one. So why do I have to be more specific?
I picked the one color.
You
I
did!
picked
You picked the one
So-
color.
However, I will go back, return the bottle, hopefully I can get my Eddies back.
I mean, if you're, you could try to just trade by bringing up the one.
Oh, that's good. The straight cool.
Yep.
Nope. 15, sorry.
You can.
Okay, I will buy now instead.
Well, you just traded for a different color because you haven't used it.
Fair point. I will this time. I swear to God. It's not okay. So
What
she said
color
no
did he
light
get,
colors.
Ryan?
I'm gonna get blue.
What shade of blue?
Oh dear God.
Not
Neil,
bright
what's the
colors
fucking
gets
shade?
blue.
You can go darker
Yeah,
blue.
dark blues.
That's why I asked what shade.
Give me 1 second to get the shades of dark blue. It's royal blue. How about that?
Nope, don't like it.
I feel so bad that Joey got sent for this tech.
I feel so bad that I'm doing this to my friend.
It's not good enough.
It's horrible that I've done this to him.
It's not
Let me
good.
put it like this, Joey. If she had black hair, it'll come out dark. The can itself would probably look dark to you. When she puts it in her hair, it's not gonna be dark and it's gonna be so funny, so... But you wouldn't know that, neither would she, and that's what's gonna make it great.
So, wait. I don't want to use
So you
that
bring
now.
back the royal blue can that you picked up.
Damn,
Honestly,
good choice. Good choice.
Damn, my
Alex, bring
wardrobe
it back to the
style.
shipping container.
I mean, it's a hot
Damn.
color, don't get me wrong.
Damn me not using my wardrobe and style check to make sure this would look good.
No, that's partly why you think this is a good idea.
Yeah,
Because you think this would look good.
fair point.
It looks good, and it would technically blend in. It's just to her it doesn't.
There. She looking at. I know.
As you come in and set it down,
You see her like start to panic for a moment, and if you were looking at her computer screen, you see she's looking at like code right now, and you just see there's like a block of code about this big that's just not there. Like there's like binary that's moving around it, and it's just not moving, and you just see like a wave of panic wash over her face, and she just starts quicker typing.
oh good, you're here. I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, pull you over, and then just use a tape measure to measure you.
Do I just get cartooned, like spun around? I look at the tornado for a second, and he stops to me. That's what
Okay,
I'm
good. I
picturing.
didn't fuck up the thickness I needed for this.
What'd I
He's
miss?
just gonna push you away.
Not much. Yeah.
Just so you know what royal blue hair looks like. It's very cyberpunk, so major props.
Totally. Just look up dark blue to Google, and then saw a list of blue. So I picked one that I thought looked good. It does actually not look that bad.
It looks good. It's just not.
On light hair, it'll come out brighter.
At nighttime, it
Well,
won't.
I will say
it'll be
that
pretty
that
dark.
picture is also definitely in a room that has a lot of light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
highly
it's a
lit.
photography room.
Yeah. So at nighttime, I'm pretty sure that hair would still look quite dark.
It's just in anomalies.
There's two
shipping
things that affects how
container
your
with
hair
a lot
looks.
of bright lights pointed right
Lighting?
here.
Oh yeah, at daytime. In daytime.
Lighting and the actual color of the hair. If I put that hair dye in my hair, it's gonna be brighter than if my sister put it in her hair, because she's got darker hair where I have lighter hair. And color shines through on lighter
Mine
hair
would be
better than
really
it does
bright.
on darker. It shows up darker on darker hair. It's why you bleach your hair before
If
dyeing
you
it.
want a lighter. Nah, I'm gonna put it in my hair. I've got nice and bright hair.
Alright, so Glenn's going bald, guys. And it's gonna be just the beard.
Hey, I used to be blonde.
I'm gonna be just the beard soon enough.
If you were blonde, I definitely would have given you a bowl cut just to laugh.
Eh,
Before I shaved the rest of the head.
Blonde into
Okay,
Why is blonde
Ryan.
bold?
Amish beard. Give him the Amish do.
But why does it have to be blonde for that?
Alright, I'm gonna...
Hey, Nora, you're staying to put that in, right? I don't have time for
Right. This would be what
Yeah,
my
I
ultimate goal to dress him up and make him look like would be. It's sending, don't worry.
that. Yes!
But now, imagine it blonde.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
See what I mean?
oh dear God.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
That fit.
I'd have to do it at least once for the meme, so I'm glad he's
Also-
not.
How do
You
I
can
sound
get me
right
some
now?
suspense. You sound good.
I'm good. Okay. In fact, I lost something while we were in there.
Alright, sorry, we were discussing stuff.
You get a blue. I'm gonna say blue hair dye is put in front of you. If you want, I can help you put it in.
I should be able to do it. I've done it before. Long time ago.
Would you like to be able to do whatever you're doing? May I please do it?
Why?
Because you can keep doing whatever you're doing on that computer while I do this.
And Amelie could do it. If you give me a mirror too, then maybe I'll let you do it.
I'm gonna go reach over and grab that car mirror that we used earlier and place on the
Yeah.
desk.
Okay. You go and take it from above the sink next to my workbench. Oh, I'm glad I have a car mirror.
Thank God.
There.
Mission impossible.
You watch as she pulls out the one roll of duct tape of anomalies that she still has, tears a piece off, and tapes the mirror to the back of the computer so she can use the mirror and the computer at the same time.
I love that. There's just now a mirror on the
The ultimate way that gets snuck up on.
She could turn on the webcam and
However,
just have it in the corner.
because you're dyeing her hair, and because I know what's on there, did he see the tattoo on the back of her neck?
No.
No, it was only Anomaly.
You see a tattooed X on the back of her neck while you're dyeing her hair.
Did he actually get a chance to look closely at the cyber deck?
No.
Anomaly did. But
I
Anomaly could only, but the label was only half there, so I couldn't make anything out.
I was also aiming a gun at Anomaly.
Also, Ryan, we should definitely discuss the neck implanted thing that Glenn sent both you and I with the,
The quick X stuff?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We'll discuss it later,
definitely
but...
need to figure out that, but I read through that book, and pretty much everything from that I'm gonna have just be able to be found in the book, because the pricing
We're in that timing.
the timing is right there.
I just know that
like a couple
that's...
of items that are like exotic cyberware that's like you wouldn't be able to find.
But I just know that's what I was going for, so I don't know, like, if that's an exotic. I haven't read it yet on that part. Glenn told
I
me
think
about it.
that's a lot of money.
I don't know. I know what I have right now is $2,000.
The things she would need for it, it's actually only 1,100. Because you need the neuroport, and then you need the cyberdeck upgrade for the neuroport. The neuroport is 1,000, the cyberdeck upgrade for it is 100. And the neuroport pretty much just gives you the HUD from the game.
But it also means I wouldn't need my VR goggles, and I wouldn't need the cyber deck I already have.
And technically there's an implanted phone.
I don't need the implanted phone.
There's also a
They
built-in
would not have
Chiron,
implanted a phone on her.
built-in shard slots.
There are
and a
certain
built-in
things we
interface
don't have to put into it, Ryan, that it could upgrade into later, which is why I said we'll discuss it.
How much does it cost?
The neuroport it's 1,000 eddies, which is the equivalent of a Neuralink plus plus an interface.
And you don't.
I
need
spent
the-
2,000 on my
you don't
current.
need the Neuralink for the neural ports? Or you do?
No,
You
there's a Neuralink built in along with an
Okay,
interface.
yeah, sure, yeah.
So it would, if anything, I'd have.
And then it's
It would be
100
cheaper to
eddies
do
for the
the other.
cyberdeck port upgrade.
It'd be cheaper to do the actual neck upgrade than what we did, which I'm fine with taking the Eddie loss because I don't care.
No, you can go with the quick upgrade. I didn't
Okay.
know how much money it was. That I didn't check because I wasn't looking at that right now.
It's fine. You don't need
Okay.
to.
Technically,
The player that
neuroport-
wants it should.
Technically, anyone who has a neuroport has like a built-in minor net architecture that can be hacked, and the only thing that can be hacked in it without any extra things is their phone. That's built into them.
Okay, but the phone would not be built in on hers. That I know for a
You
fact.
probably, I mean, yeah, they probably wouldn't have had one installed in yours.
No, because I stole it. It's mine now.
Well,
How-
everything would still be on it. Some things would just be locked
Yeah.
potentially. That would be like the only thing.
That makes
and
sense.
You would need to remove it to unlock those things, as it would then wrap around our original problem. So that's fine.
Either way, we can figure it all out later.
Yeah.
I'm not.
However, you're looking at it. If you wanna, what are you doing?
What would I need? Would I roll with like a tech to try to figure it out?
Well,
It's just a
what do you wanna
tattoo
figure out
X.
about it?
Unless you're trying to figure out the
Because
cyber.
if you want to figure out technological things about it, okay. However, you can glean something from an object that isn't just tech. You can glean other stuff too.
I'd like to gleam other stuff. I'm not gonna tech. I just don't know what I'm trying to gleam off of it. Is the bitch of it. How? I don't know how you word it. How recent does this look like it's been put in out of curiosity? Like the X? Because, nobody would really know this because I haven't really had any clothing off. I'm very pervasive with scars.
You know, you can have a. They're like a book kind of medical thing.
There's paramedic and first aid.
Thinking first aid. Because I have no permanent.
Yeah,
Well-
because the things other than first aid and paramedic are med tech, which is a skill only given to the med tech.
You know what? I will give you an interrogation check for this. Not on her. However, the process of the interrogation is there's no
Yeah,
Dance.
got 21. Steady.
Definitely more than a year, and after a year, it's really up in the air how long that scar could be there. But it's not recent by any means.
Dance.
So, if I look at this, it just looks like an X.
It looks like a perfect X.
Dance.
Like, it couldn't be like a birthmark that is miraculously shaped. Like, this is a X scar.
As I'm doing her hair, I kind of cock my head a little bit and look at it a little more. Does it look like a machine made that X?
It's perfect to the point it was a machine or someone using a medtech hand. Really, it's not a battle scar like someone somehow slashed twice there. It's perfect. There's no deviation from the lines. It's perfect crossing lines.
Okay.
Like if you took a ruler to it, it would be the same exact lines.
Exactly. Yeah. So her implants are also in her neck area, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Yes.
Looking at that, can I see any like can I see any names of like manufacturers that I can look up?
I want Night Owl to roll me a conceal, and I want you to roll me a perception. So I imagine Night Owl would have covered most of this stuff by now.
Yeah.
But just in case, I want to see if for some reason.
Would have been
showering
covered up
can-
well. It'd just be.
Dirty 20.
Did you roll a conceal / reveal on it?
Yes.
What is that under?
Intelligence.
Yeah, but I'm asking. Oh, there it
It's
is.
awareness.
Oh, sorry.
A 17.
What'd you roll? You rolled
He rolled a
20, right?
dirty 20, I think.
Dirty 20. Did actually get it?
So most of it is in her neck, and there is like a piece of metal that is slotted into the back of her head that covers the cyber deck and prevents it from being taken out or any of the following ways of horribly ripping out cyberware. However, it covers up most of it. However, the only thing that you could see is like, you don't actually see just like a tip of a triangle. Like,
Can I try? Sorry. Can I try to recall any corpos or organizations with a triangle for their logo?
Yeah.
I mean, could could technically now. I was gonna go onto the equivalent of our Google and type in corporations with triangle logos.
Business?
I don't. Oh, business. It's okay. Oh, I didn't even click that. Okay, I got 11.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. No. It's not full. You can tell it's not fully all of the logo. You can tell this is just one part of it. The rest of it is obscured by whatever rest of it is inside of her neck.
I'm going to make a mental note of that triangle and that, and just save it for later.
Yep.
However, I'm going to continue to just do her hair normally now. Oh, wait, this is a really stupid question. Do I hear any beeping coming from her?
Beep 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 beep.
Okay, good.
You don't know that technical stuff. You couldn't tell the things that Doc Graves was telling her anomaly was. I don't remember who made that check.
No, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like something ticking or anything like that, like a timer almost.
No, and it probably wouldn't be obvious if it was.
Yeah, that's what I also assumed, but you never know. Doesn't hurt to ask. However, I'm going to now just do the rest of her hair.
Okay. Roll me a what's the fashion one?
It's in social wardrobe and style.
Grooming. Is that it?
There's
Oh, well,
personal
yeah.
grooming and wardrobe and style. So
It would be
there's
wardrobe
two.
and style. It would be
Okay. I'm guessing I'm better at that one. Hey yeah. Hey yeah.
-1.
No. You gotta do the math, sorry.
Put it on her face.
Would it be personal grooming? I guess it would be personal grooming. Because the wardrobe style is only clothes.
30 then, if it's personal grooming.
Say 30?
30.
Wow, Night Owl's hair probably looks just as good as, like, a professional hairdresser would do.
The only thing I'll state, Ryan, is he's putting dye on dye. Which means
Would
it
I be able
doesn't
to
take
notice
as
that
well. You wouldn't know that.
Okay.
That's the only thing, is like, it shouldn't take as well.
Well, if it wouldn't take as well, would that dull the blue more and make
Yes.
it less
It'd
bright?
make
So
it more
would
of a
be-
light blue than a dark blue.
Yeah, but if it wouldn't it also make less color though?
It
be a
does.
duller
It'd be
color.
more like a blue tinge in the hair than anything else. It also depends on how long he'd let it sit in to soak in. If he follows
Yep.
just the box directions, not as much.
This is probably what you want, oddly enough. Probably more what you want than what you got. So, this 30 honestly was probably just you somehow getting lucky and getting a good hair color. But it looks pretty good, you think? You think if you took her to a hairdresser, they might...
Oh, they'd pick it apart.
Yeah, but... you'd be fine.
It's good for a container alley job rather than a hairdresser. There, how does that look?
Wait, what?
You look in your mirror. You can look in your mirror. How does it look? Your hair.
I don't like what's on the jar. But it's a different color now. Thanks.
You're welcome. Would you like to try on your clothing?
Yeah, it should fit.
Hopefully I have your measurements right then. Anomaly, do you need anything?
Probably for me to stop stealing his computer.
Stop stealing his shit.
Yeah, do that energy drink over there.
I'm gonna walk over and then.
Is that the one I
toss
pelted
it
at your
to
head?
him.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
dent in
not-
it. Very slight.
You gotta do that.
I'm going to toss it to you, not chuck it at you.
Chuck it at him.
I will catch it, grab a screwdriver,
Shotgun
and it's shotgunning the energy drink again.
Okay, well, the second you slam the screwdriver into it, you hose about half of yourself,
Yeah.
half of the shipping container in the energy drink, as it's so pressurized. Additional carbonation and pressure and tossing and throwing is not a good combo. But you kind of predict this a little bit, so you just get like most of it in your mouth.
You want me to get you a washcloth?
Why?
So you're not sticky.
I'll wash up.
Okay.
As he moves over to the sink and washes his hands, and then immediately goes back to working on your armor check.
I'll see you both at 7.
There's definitely a bit of energy drink on his armor check.
Gonna wash that out.
Where are we meeting? Oh wait, you sent me that. Never mind, you're good.
Do you know what time it's at before I leave?
Yeah, like 6:30,
7.
8 o'clock. Got it.
Please do not come at 8.
Albert. I'll just go work on that armor jacket till it's done.
I will.
Or until the thing, whichever one comes first.
I will close up the container and leave.
After he leaves, Anonymly watches as Night Owl takes contacts out of her eyes and then puts the new color of whatever he got her. These ones don't matter.
Okay. What color would he have got her?
Give me 1 second.
Red.
It's not royal blue anymore. It's more like just like a much kind of like a lighter hint of a dark blue.
It's more of an orange color.
Orange eyeballs.
Yeah, okay.
It's so like her irises are more orange.
They are more orange or they are orange, because if you get the right ones, they just change color.
Whatever, I don't know.
They're orange.
They're orange.
Not like the white part is orange, just the iris itself. Correct? That's how that works? Okay, I'm talking about like the white of your eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going the same for a second.
I know. I had to ponder it.
However, is Anonymly looking to see what her natural eye color is, Glenn?
No, he's working on an armor jack.
Okay, cool.
You're in luck. You can do anything stealthily if I'm working.
She's not caring. She trusts you now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't know which would finish first. Honestly, I think it might get to the meeting before the armor jack's done.
Sad.
Because I had a late start on
this. Oh, that's interesting.
Hate Sab.
Yes, that's the issue. I need to hate soft oil.
It worked for me. Apparently.
So, is there anything you were all doing before your meeting tonight?
I'm gonna be there an hour early. That's sad. I had to say that.
Actually, I'll show you. However, it is a very large tower that Dell is probably one of their few, but this is definitely a lot of money in this one tower. However, all the way up at the top is a very large, almost arena, basically, and in the middle there is a sumo ring. However, you see there's a bunch of seats out for the general public, and you're guessing none of those are where you will be. And you actually look all the way above the ring, and you just see Fumiko's waving down at you.
I will find my way up to her.
However, that is where you will be for the next hour.
Anomaly leaves so that he'll arrive about a minute
Are
before
you
the
and Night Owl
time
leaving
to
together?
start is.
Night Owl is typing on the computer. If he does not grab her, she does not go.
He would make sure to grab her. He does wash off the any remaining energy drink.
She gets up forgetting that the nice clothes are there.
Close.
Oh yeah.
She just starts changing.
He steps outside,
She doesn't even care that he's in there. She just starts changing.
and he's just gonna wait until, and we're gonna head there. We're definitely there at 6:59.
Okay. Both of you though, roll me a perception check.
Let's see. Okay.
Hopefully Doc Graves is here.
-1.
Oh.
Alright, I rolled this plus...
Rolled a 9. I rolled a 1 and then a 10. So -1.
Perception.
a 14. I rolled an 8 plus 6 is a
Wow.
14. Well, Graves isn't seeing shit, but I'm seeing it all
Okay.
today.
So, it was actually, you two that had the chance to see this. You hear the sound of some heavy, and large trucks, or some kind of large machinery that's moving by on the opposite street.
Anomaly. There's a lot of sound over there.
Is there?
She starts dragging him towards it.
Aren't you the paranoid one?
She's still hiding and stealthing around.
Oh, if you are, then roll me a stealth check.
Alright.
I'm not.
However, you can pull them across onto the next street. However, you just head through an alley. You just pass by some homeless people, and get out onto the other side of the road. But how stealthily?
I don't know why my
Pulling
mouse
anomaly not
keeps...
needs to make one too.
Why does my mouse keep disappearing?
17. That's
Not that bad.
almost. That's
Ah.
that's an 8 on the D10. So
Pretty good.
I'm not stealthy, man. I'm rolling with what I got.
I'm struggling with a different type of issue. Oh,
My high dex is the only reason for that.
an 18.
Okay, you see at least the back end as it's kind of turning off onto another street deeper into Maelstrom territory. The convoy. Or at least one of the convoys. And I'll say you see a very large figure sitting on the back of one of the trucks. Larger than I'd say about like 14-foot shadow. Just turns off in another street.
Only over there could have sniped Bernie.
I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, that was Dead Scope.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody ever sees him because he just wears a tree costume. No one questions the random tree in the middle of the road, but
Well, if it was within the first few weeks of Cyberpunk being released, I would have just thought it was glitching through one of the buildings.
One of the many a wall.
I could see it through the walls or something.
what was that?
I don't know.
Oh, looks like Maelstrom's moving something. Or at least, maybe they're switching a guard at the factory. That'll be fun.
Should it be important?
I I mean, I don't remember how often they switch guard, but that might have been the convoy carrying who's ever going to be there when we make our move. I don't remember if they switch again. We'll find out. We're going to meet with people who would know. We're going to continue to the sumo.
Alrighty. You head through Pantown, and I'm gonna say you both somehow meet up with Doc Graves as you're arriving to the door of this very large mega tower, basically.
Oh, hey!
However,
Oh, hey. You said it was on the roof? Or the top floor?
Senior agent.
Yep. Okay then. Did Graves actually dress up for this?
Oh yeah, he's got a suit on.
Anomaly's still wearing his normal clothes. Oh wow, you did dress up.
Why wouldn't I? Nari asked me to.
I switched into my clean clothes.
Hell, even now, isn't her nice? Isn't nice clothing right now?
Alright, let's get up there. Is there an elevator, or are we gonna have to take the stairs?
you enter in, and you see absolutely no guards. However, you do see a metal detector. That is pretty much the only thing in the room other than a desk. And behind the desk there is a... what looked like a receptionist.
I'm gonna set that metal detector off our attack.
However, as you enter, she is just staring at you with a smile on her face. Welcome. They're waiting for you on the top floor.
Okay.
Alright.
I do have my SMG on me. Does that set the detector off?
It will. However, there is no reaction made from her, or you don't see any guards fly out of any doors or anything.
Okay. Well, let's go meet them.
Okay.
That's a client. Sumo wrestler. Guess they're everywhere nowadays.
I'll give you a cyber tech check, since all of you are very tech-based, and why
Ooh,
that might not matter.
30.
19.
Cyber tech.
I got to
Or
make
it
up
should be
for that.
electronics and security, actually. I apologize.
No,
in that
cyber tech's
case-
cheaper, I think. So I think I have it more.
In that case, 28.
They're both 13, so it doesn't matter. A 22.
Okay, this is probably more sweeping for viruses that could enter their own firewall and their own personal defenses than physical weapons.
They're not worried about the guy with the SMG. They're worried about the netrunner who's who's walking around with a virus on their floppy disk.
However,
The elevator opens as you approach it. It is very nice, calm music as you enter in, and it is a very long ride up this elevator, but the music is there to make it that much more dull. However, the view is very nice as you pass through the first few floors, you see glass, and there's a very beautiful view of Japantown. And just for that faint moment, you think the city looks beautiful, but then you realize everything that's happening under those lights.
Some guy's probably getting mugged right over there.
The old guy.
However, you make it to the top, and you make it not in time for the pre-fights, because there are usually a couple of the warm-up fights before the main one. However, the arena has filled up now, pretty much. There is only a few seats that don't have anyone in them. However, there's just this very kind of soft chatter. There's no over cheering. There's no there's no over excitement or boisterous nature going on. However, past this point, you don't know where they are. You see a lot of people.
Anomaly, there's too many people.
Did I get the address wrong?
There's too many people. We need to leave now.
Would I see them?
If you were purposely looking out for them, yes. I was actually
I would.
wondering if you were waiting for them ever at a certain point to guide them in, but
He would come down once he sees them.
okay. So for a while, you're just kind of all looking around, trying to just see Inari, and you can't find him because he's trying to find you. However, he can find you all.
Oh, there you are.
I need to run. There's way too many people here. Why are there so many people?
We're going to go to a private area. It's fine.
Does Nobley have like a trench coat on or just a jacket in general?
Yeah, he's got his coat on.
She's getting underneath your jacket.
What the? Get the fuck out.
No,
That is weird.
I can't.
It's nice to see that it went from her hearing from her life from you to now seeing her cling to you like that.
No, it's fucking creepy.
She's like little kid hugging, you know, death gripped around him, barely able to death grip around him.
Well then, shall you guide us there, Nari?
Yes, follow me. I'm guessing we go to an elevator, another elevator.
No,
Or do
we're
we walk
taking the
upstairs?
escalator, bitch.
So no, it's the stairs that kind of slowly wind their way up around the outside. However, you can make your way up, and when you are up there, it is only you and two other people that are in there, and it is the one that I don't know if any of you have seen Umiko yet.
We have
not.
None of them have seen Fumiko.
We've not met either. Anyone. We know Inari.
No, we'll put the last name in there because it matters. I know that. So it is these two. However, there is tea set out and a chair set out for everyone.
I now respect our client more.
Yeah, however, you see she is pretty much covered in tattoos. The other woman is mostly mechanical, but you see in some of her mechanics there is almost tattoos that are colored in kind of, and in the actual metal itself, metal worked into it.
Oh no, she's
As
hot.
this tradition is still rooted in of tattoos on
Which
their
one?
members.
Fumiko.
I'm
It
glad. I
also
picked
looks
good
like she
art.
could kill us.
I mean, they're both hot.
Oh yeah.
You do see a katana that is next to her. She's not wearing it on her back. But there is a katana that is next to her, just leaning on the chair.
They
However,
low-key give
around
me
just
Vi and
in
Caitlyn
this
vibes.
arena, you see, just taking it in, maybe 30 guards that are armed in various amounts of cyberware that all the techies in you could probably total at least 50,000.
Money far.
But you hear a more kind of formal start to the wrestling happening downstairs, or be under you almost, as the floor itself is a bit jarring. And Night Owl, as you look down, it is just a glass floor, and you're just watching essentially this wrestling happening under you.
She gets very nervous and, like, crawls back over the edge.
I apologize if any of you have a fear of heights. I should have mentioned that. But I welcome you all, and please have a seat. My name is Fumiko Kanazaki.
Nice to meet you. And Amelie will just take a seat.
Nari will sit next to Fumiko for as close as he can.
Anonymity, like when a little kid's pretending to be a dog on, like, their hands and knees, she just kind of doesn't walk, she crawls that way over.
Crawls over the glass.
Claws it.
Like
Just-
like those videos of people crossing like the glass bridges.
Yeah.
I hate that bridge, dude.
I had a feeling she would have a fear of heights for some reason.
Well, it's not the heights, it's the people more than anything. Because you gotta think, she climbs through vents. So heights aren't...
But even vents are only... typically only, like...
It's
7,
just
8
the
feet
whole
off the ground.
atmosphere is too much for her. But she is, like, hiding under Anomaly's cloak.
Get up here.
However, this is my most trusted netrunner, Saiko. And it is good to meet all of you finally. I've heard some good things.
I hope only good things. As Anomaly
suppose
just
that is
looks
a good
at
thing.
Inari.
He doesn't change his. He looks at you. He doesn't change his emotions, though.
I'm Anomaly. I'm a tech. I made the sniper rifle that man's using.
I've heard of some of your work. You can check if that's a lie or not.
Honestly, I kind of wanna. I want to see. I want to know if. I mean, if they're actually aware of me or not, outside of just this job. Okay. 23. We're fucked if we get into any kind of more important roles, guys.
So, it is a half-truth. She is aware of it, however, you are guessing the person next to her probably knows more about it.
Alright.
As there is some unsuredness at that statement, but it is still genuine.
That's good enough for him.
Doc Graves, the team's medic.
Yes, it seems Inari likes to make friends with river dogs. However, they aren't bad company.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Yeah, how are you recovering, by the way, Inari? I never asked.
Getting better day by day.
Okay.
So that's the same about you, Anomaly. Did you get back to your place all right?
I got hit in the head with a can on my way back.
How'd that happen?
Weird story. We'll talk later.
Fair enough.
Nomaly's gonna kick Night Owl. Maybe I should have checked my coat on the way in.
Pat down.
Well, if I'm not wearing the coat, then you just see the SMG and the sledgehammer.
And also the gremlin behind you.
The coat at least covers them somewhat to keep them. Doesn't really conceal them, but like they're not just right there.
You know,
Yeah.
real quick. I love this music. I had a comment on it.
It's pretty good.
I miss the whispers.
Oh yeah, the
I miss the
whispers.
I do not
Bring
miss
back the
whispers. That's the one thing I do not miss.
I loved the whispers, man. They always came up at weird times.
The weird but best times.
However, I don't want to talk business so soon, but there is information that we just received. A convoy had left the factory maybe 20 minutes prior.
No, we actually saw one heading towards that direction on our way here.
You did.
Yeah,
Where did you see
I
it
was gonna
at?
bring it up. I mean, there was just a convoy heading into Maelstrom territory. Some really big figure sitting on the back of one of the trucks. I don't know. Night
you
Owl's
look at
the
him?
one that made out more, but she doesn't want to get on a chair.
Underneath the chair.
We believe Barnabas to be on that convoy. At least the one that we detected. I don't know if there's two.
I could be wrong.
Night Owl, did you see what the figure looked like?
She'll peek out from behind anonymously.
I'm gonna grab her and sit her on a chair.
I just imagine like a cat scruffing them behind the neck.
However, now that you are sitting in the chair, Night Owl, you can see not Kumiko, but Saiko the Netrunner is now pretty much near locked eyes with you.
She is. As soon as he lets go, she's going back under the chair. I just realized my music stopped. She'll then, like, just whisper what she saw. But no one's gonna hear it. I can just imagine Anomaly just
You go
hearing
pull
the
her up
mumbling.
again.
You're what?
Just gotta pull you back up again. Seriously. Less people see you in the chair.
If
You realize
anybody,
that you're hiding on the glass, right?
if anything, everybody's looking at you if you're down there.
Did he release her?
No, he's holding you on the chair.
She'll whisper the description again.
Now, I'm as But you don't need to be worried here. I believe your name's Night Owl.
She's just watching her.
There's more guards and weapons here. Whoever you're scared of can't get you here.
In a slightly louder whisper, she'll give the description again.
We need a mic for this group.
Probably Barnabas. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. However, how are you all enjoying your tea?
Night Owl who hasn't touched it.
Quite good.
That's pretty
What
good.
type of tea is it?
It's got some nice ginseng in it, and it's really picking you up right now. Like, it's got some green heat prospects to it.
Thank you. No, I was just curious.
It's sleepy time tea. There you go.
It's good.
That's chamomile.
I mean, if there's a drug in this, I have a higher chance of resisting it.
There's not any. There is also alcohol though. That's just sitting on a table behind
We
it.
can make Irish tea.
Behind them.
Sake tea.
However, suddenly you hear a loud thump under you, and you hear a soft clap kind of fill the arena under you.
Night
There's
Owl
not
jumps.
really that much cheering. It's just like a nice, soft, respectful clap.
The sudden thud makes her jump.
So,
We're here to discuss about the AI. Or what we
oh
assume
yeah,
is the
there's
AI.
that whole mess.
The Netrunner kind of now hearing that sits up a bit more and pays attention and does not look in Night Owl's direction. I heard something about that. Can you be a bit more specific?
Anomaly, will describe it to the best of his ability. Like the exact way he heard it, how it was like in the background of the chanting and all that.
Night Owl's gonna pull out the laptop of anomalies that she hid, and she's gonna start creaking it open.
He's going to
You actually also see the Netrunner similarly pull out a laptop almost at the same time and kind of look almost surprised that you're doing the same, but still pull it out and open up and look at it. And start to tap a few things, and now after hearing that, just the conversation going on.
We need to buy you a laptop. Quit using my Dell.
No, no.
Have you looked into it at all, Night Owl?
There's just a very slow nod.
Have you found anything?
There's just kind of like the head bounce of like a little bit, but not a lot.
However, if you want to roll a deduction with advantages, Netrunner will help you try and figure out more about this AI, as you both are typing away on something. If you will trust...
Is it a deduction or a library search? I don't...
No, it is a deduction, as you were trying to piece together a conclusion using what you all have found out and what they have that they aren't telling you because they're a criminal.
Gosh dang it, I did it again. Once I find where deduction is. A 6, I rolled an 8, so 14. Unless you want to use her modifier with my roll.
14?
Mm-hmm. Because I only have a 6. I don't have any levels in deduction. I had a good roll. I just don't have a huge modifier.
Nondescript and unobvious. Do I need to be? How do you think about that? So, both you and the Netrunner start looking at just different power codes that have gone through that, how much power they're using on certain days, why it spikes randomly at times, and when it suddenly drops, it shuts off to 0. There's a couple of days where it just suddenly shuts off, and it doesn't start up for another 3 hours. And then the next period happens, and then it goes on for maybe 3 days interrupted, stop, 5 days interrupted. So there's no pattern to these random breaks that are happening. It just happens. But once you can see, it's not fully started.
But it also means we're at a benefit, though, if it's been randomly shutting off, so it shutting off won't be as suspicious.
I think there's something I want to give. I'll figure it out as I'm thinking the rest of this conversation. However, the Netrunner's typing away on her laptop. But
yeah, the Netrunners are typing on their laptops.
Yeah,
You know,
their laptop.
Hey, you're holding her by her scruff so she doesn't go back under a chair again.
I don't think I'd have an issue if I let go of her now. She's on the laptop now.
This is also true.
I think we've also found some pattern to who is guarding it on certain days.
I told you there was gonna be a pattern.
Okay.
However, there are some days when there are 2 of them there.
Well, I prefer a day where the sniper one isn't there.
Difficult. Because the thought is there's either no one guarding it, or he's guarding it and we don't know. We can predict Red Demon because he's an addict. And that's all I can say. Anonymous has so much ego he will walk around that scrapyard. And Dead Scope is very difficult. So he is the only one that we can't really predict if he's going to be there or just no one's gonna be there. That makes sense.
Yes.
However, Red Demon and Barnabas, oddly enough, have been working together more. I believe it was 2 days ago they were at the factory. It's seemingly every 3 days they are set up as a duo in that factory. Every 3 days. Write it down in
They said it was, what, 2 days ago that they were last day together?
Yes.
I don't think they said.
Yes.
either would have been today or tomorrow.
And then there is somewhat of a switch every single day. It's either Barnabas or Red Demon after that third day. And then there's a break day where it could be Dead Scope or it could be no one. And then it is Barnabas or Red Demon, the one who did not watch it the day before. And then the third day where they're both there happens again. Does it make some sense?
Yeah.
That is the only pattern we can see.
We're going to choose who we want to fight.
I don't think we have a choice if we're going on the day that we're saying we're going.
We can change the date a little bit.
By either a day earlier or a day further.
I'd prefer to deal with Barnabas, but I'm up for a
So,
vote.
we saw Barnabas leaving, right? Is that what you said? What if it was 2 days ago? That would mean Red Demon. Right?
You also know that the convoy sometimes is guarded by their own lieutenant. I want to add that.
True.
Hi.
However, I'm sorry, I'm looking up from my laptop again. The spike thing that I was talking about on the energy, it's getting a lot lower, and in the next 3 days, I'm guessing it's going to die out again suddenly. If that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not sure. What you supposedly heard on that radio.
I'm just curious if it's a good or a bad thing to try to unplug it when it's off. It might be the best time to grab it, or it could be the worst time to grab it. It's really a 50-50 shot something. And it's not really something I can test before.
Well, we figured out that's from beyond the black wall, correct?
Yeah.
Then let's look about at how it works like that. Will having no power to straight up kill it, or if it having a little bit of charge is fine.
I also don't know.
I think you should ask him Netra on that.
Who's too busy on her computer to pay attention.
Our netrunner likes to get
I'll rip that flash
hyper-focused.
drive out if you don't pay attention.
At least let her safely eject it.
Problem is, unless he makes a move at it, she wouldn't register what's going on.
Nah, it's fine. I just hit the kill switch on the computer.
That kills your computer, not hers.
No, but it'll shut it off.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Just turns the thing off.
I know.
What?
Do you think when it comes to dealing with something from beyond the wall, it having more or less power is better? Will it be more docile or will it be more erratic?
May I ask what your plan is, since you're the net runner,
She turns the laptop back on and then glares at it. Is Anomaly not holding on to her anymore?
He's not holding her.
And then she will walk over with the laptop and open up what she's been working on.
Fumiko looks at the screen for a second, shakes her head, and then you see Psycho look over and they actually start paying attention. However, I assume you're showing them the thing you're creating right now.
Yes.
Or are basically
Just
working on
edits at this point.
Yeah, editing.
Preparing in advance.
Eternally. However, if you want her help on it, she will point out some things and just make sure that it's completely fine and that you won't have to edit it anymore, but I know she will still edit it. However, she will point those things out. I think that'll work. It's honestly a very good idea. It will leave some tech up, and you will almost definitely have to blow that radio tower to make sure there's no communication, but everything else will be gone except whatever is beyond that black ball that is old tech. It's honestly, this is very impressive. I have to give you a lot of props on this.
Thank you.
Speak.
If anything, I definitely suggest you should hire her from the code if Nari doesn't ever bring her around again. And then you actually see one of Fumiko's eyes glow like this deep red for a moment, and then stop. Noted.
The capable netrunner proves again she is capable.
A rare sighting of the Netrunner actually being capable of something.
Don't think it's rare. I think it's just without suggestion.
We're still getting her to break out of her shell.
Unsung is a better way I'd say it.
She's also surrounded by people who do not understand a thing about what she does.
Yeah. Again, she walked up to her and showed her the coding she's got versus anything else.
There is something I wanted to bring up, and I know I'm probably not going to get a straight answer. What do we plan on doing? What does the Yakuza plan on doing with this AI?
I'd really enjoy an AI around here. It gets kind of lonely. I know Psycho's really fun, but she types on that laptop pretty often, and, you know, I want someone to guard what's mine, and I think it can do that. I think it can do it better than any, no offense, thing that we could create now. The technology that was around when the wall was down and the internet and all that was still a thing was much more vast. However, I also just want it. Sometimes I get these obsessions with things and I just want them. And if I can't get them myself, I get someone who can get them.
I only have one request then.
I don't intend to make a robotics factory that's making whatever that thing is minions. If that's what you're asking.
I'm not worried about that. The only thing I ask is you please treat it like a human.
I do not cross something unless it does something to betray my code or slight my honor. And until that happens, I would treat it fine. Since it's an AI, I doubt it would ever happen. So, it would just be another member of my organization. And even then, we are so much more kind than other organizations when it comes to messing up. She just holds up her hand and just kind of plays all her fingers around. And some of the Yakuza downstairs might not have that luxury. As you see, some of them, even the cybernetics that they have, their fingers are missing.
Thank you, Fumiko.
I will state, Night Owl is asking if her fellow netrunner has a specialty.
Would she tell you that?
By the way, Anara, we really have to figure out this mechanic situation.
Mechanics. Oh, him.
If you want him taken down silently, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah. About that, I don't expect you to take him out silently. I'm going to be on the rooftop giving you cover.
You want us just to unload there? That's gonna put the facility in lockdown, you know. Granted.
As long as we blow up the tower before, I'm not worried about it. I plan on whenever we're about to, as soon as I hear anything go awry, that tower's getting blown up.
That would be a good idea.
A single signal out would be problematic.
Alright.
Since the two of you get a better look at the walls of the main building, the vehicle smashing through it might be possible.
If you want to
I
get
mean,
it
there's a
back
garage
in,
door, like, right across from the vehicle repair shop. But I don't think I want to ram the vehicle that I'm gonna have to spend time fixing. Honestly, I was just hoping the Night Owl might be able to trick the door open.
Alright.
I mean, we're gonna need her to hack through the net either way.
Night Owl, who's busy talking with another netrunner, which is a lot of
They're
them
talking in
not talking
binary
and
over
typing.
talking in binary. Why do I feel like that's
Talking in
racism?
binary.
He kind of is a little good at everything because she is essentially the.
She's just
hired
well-rounded.
cat. She's well-rounded because she needs to be well-rounded to tell most of the stuff to the person that she needs to, who can then find a way to get that more specified thing that she needs.
Does she ask if what hers is? Or does she not?
I don't know if she would know if Night Owl trusts her enough to ask. But if the conversation's going well, she would.
She'd probably share it, but then she'd also ask if she knew a particular person or had heard of them.
Mentioning that, man.
Yeah. Not loud, obviously not where others can hear, but just to her.
You know, you actually see something pop up on the computer as she sends you a message on it.
Oh my gosh, are we iMessaging each other? What, are we opening up a little text chat? Oh yeah.
little picto chat like the DS.
I was trying to think of the old one, like before.
Yeah, I don't think sneaking around that place is gonna go too well. The most we might get away with sneaking is, Night Owl might be able to sneak in and start hacking stuff. I don't know. I can help us with the plan, but I can't plan for someone I don't fully understand what they actually do.
Hear me out. Since Night Owl is a good contortionist, as of last job at least, she could get into the vehicle bay and open the door.
If there's a hole big enough for her to squeeze through.
If there's ventilation, I imagine there is. There has to be some sort of ventilation. It's an old canning factory.
Yeah, but a vehicle bay that has two giant bay doors doesn't typically need it because you just open the door.
Then she can get into probably the closest room to it.
We'll see. If anything, I'll beat it down with my hammer until it breaks open.
That's the worst case scenario.
Now, worst case scenario is that it opens up and someone walks out.
Like Barney.
Or a red demon.
I mean, like I said, I think Barney is probably the easier one to take on. I don't want to put Night Owl on that necessarily list of how to fight him.
Got a bow.
That I was too busy making friends.
I should also ask, because I've never been given it. Where's the drop-off location for this thing?
That's a good point, actually. I know we were just gonna get it to Japantown, but we never specified where to actually drop it off at.
I need to know where I'm driving to. I need the best possible route.
At least I assume that was the person you're talking about.
If it has to do with,
Getting something repaired?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right here, I'm attacked. Just let me fix it.
Sorry, I
I was very focused on the match that was happening under you. Instead, something said that was rudely unprofessional. I just had a bet
Drop-off
going.
location.
Oh yes, that would be.
I need to know where I'm driving so I can look at the route and see what the best possible route is.
How are you planning on this? Which exit are you planning on escaping? And which street are you planning on going down?
I mean, the easiest exit to the factory would be the west exit because it's closest to the truck. But it wouldn't be that hard to head east or south either. North would make the least sense because it's the opposite direction of where we need to go.
I say we head south, then I know the map is a little thing around here-ish.
No, I believe it's here.
Here-ish.
It's like here.
Imagine we'd be going.
Oh no, it's right here. That's good enough.
Oh. Yeah, we have to just try to go down Skyline Street then. I think as far as
Is
I
that
thought it was.
Is that a good idea, though? Take the straight path onto there? Because then we'd have to pull off. I don't know how I feel about that. The direct route is never the best route.
If you want, we can take the, we can get on the ring road, head east.
I almost would highly suggest avoiding the highway when it comes to running away from someone. Very hard to lose someone on that with... At least I assumed you said a heavy truck?
I mean, it's got to be able to hold the weight of what we're taking.
So I wouldn't play a speed game, and the highway is a speed.
Okay, well then how about we head down Charter Street, go through Kabuki, and then to Japantown.
Try to losing on small roads there.
Those roads are going to be tight though.
You could also try to lose them out in the Badlands a bit.
Roll me a vehicle. It's vehicle tech, right?
There's a vehicle tech.
Yeah, roll me a vehicle tech.
Land vehicle
We'll see
tech
if you can
specifically.
know if it could handle some off-road.
17.
You know that that area is a lot of hills, so it is going to be very, almost impossible to avoid the roads there unless you take a very off-the-beaten path through the Badlands route. So you would have to almost go into the Badlands to avoid a ton of hills there. Oh yes, that is exactly what...
I was just clicking through it. I accidentally clicked
Oh, what'd you roll
Wilderness
though?
Survival.
What'd you roll though?
It was a 17 for the vehicle tech.
Yeah, if it was tied down because you have no idea how much this thing's gonna weigh, how it's gonna be.
You'd have
but
to
if you
secure it.
You'd have to secure it if you were gonna do the Badlands route. If you took the street route, you're guessing it's probably gonna be heavy enough that it won't glide because you're not gonna be able to get the truck that fast enough for it to slide, unless you were to like try and suddenly brake.
But the issue with the in-city route is big truck, no turn gun. We can't like make a sharp left. to try to throw him off, because these things do not just turn on a dime.
I will say, going through the Badlands and avoiding the city will almost remove the target walls entirely. However, there's a chance that one of the many
Piss off a nomad clan.
nomad clans, I believe there's around 7 or 8 now. A couple of them have dropped off and absorbed into others, and some have risen up. I can't keep track of it, and I don't really worry about it anyways. I'm not the best to ask on that. However, if you did go through that path and you could get on to, I would say, at least Redwood. So that would take you pretty much around this, and you would probably be getting on this road again to get back into the city, or else your next road is down here, or you could go here, and that would be fine too. But those are pretty much like your 2 places back into the city before you're going all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything else is a lot of hills.
The upside to Badlands is I'm at least familiar with that area a little bit.
That's good at least.
Downside is you're relying on hills and stuff to kind of get to lose them.
If you had given me more time, I might have been able to organize something with the nomadic man, but with the timing with what it seems like you want to go in, I won't have the time to contact you.
And no way to even going out in the Badlands.
Well, again, we can still take the Kabuki route too. I just think we should really decide this. So,
If you are going through Kabuki, either you are going to need to talk to the Mox, or I will.
either way, we're going to have an issue with another outside force.
I think talking to the Mox would be easier than talking to a nomad clan.
Oh, we don't have a chance to talk to a nomad clan. Not this soon.
You, Anomaly, might have a couple of leads you could go through. I don't know if you're trying to stay away from that, but you would have some leads you could go through if you really wanted to. Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to. I'm just telling you that because I don't know. I know if you do that.
He probably wouldn't unless he had to.
Got it. Yeah.
Personally, I think I could drive the Badlands route better. But if I have a good enough guy, Kabuki could work too.
By the way, Joe.
That reaction was beautiful.
You can see the build up of the.
Didn't say it, but still. Okay. I'll repeat it. How many jobs have I done in Kabuki out of curiosity?
You would have dealt with the Mox at least once. You would have dealt with them once, maybe. You wouldn't know really deep into the hierarchy there. Although you know it pretty much all centers around Lizzie's bar anyways.
Is it on?
So
Would you prefer to
I'm on.
So you say you want to drive through the Badlands, right, Anomaly?
I'm saying I can probably drive that route better. I'm actually more attuned to less maintained roads than I am at city roads.
Well, I think we should go to the Badlands then.
All right. Taking the Badlands route.
Have you done any scouting in it?
I like her.
If you need a vehicle, I will let you borrow one. I want it returned by the end of tonight.
Yeah,
With less scratches than arrived. Or less scratches than departed.
that shouldn't be a problem.
Do you think
But-
you can...
but-
What are you going to say, Anomaly?
No, you go ahead first. You spoke first.
I was going to ask you if you need somebody with you or not.
Oh, you're coming.
He just closes his eyes and then reopens them and nods.
This is primarily your client. I feel safer having the go-between here with me.
Yeah, worst case scenario, if we piss off Nomads, I can try talking us out of it.
Yeah, sure you can. And I assume
He-
Night Owl's
he-
gonna come along because she doesn't want to be alone.
Night Owl, who's still talking with her tech friend. Except now you just see them furiously typing between each other. Or at least you just see them furiously typing.
Well, it's all
But
right
yeah.
along then, so that way I'm not left out.
Yeah, that way we all know the route.
We'll know where to expect everything.
That way we can look through it. Is there anything else we needed to discuss, by the way?
For information,
No,
it's almost April.
I think we have everything.
I would say one more gear check and then in order for that.
I mean, Nori's fixing my armor. Anomaly's fixing my armor right now.
Yeah, I'll have to finish that tomorrow if we're doing that tonight. But that's not a problem.
Alright then. Sounds like we have all of our eggs in a basket then.
I mean, I will admit, I definitely feel more comfortable about this job now that I've met who we're working for.
Glad to hear it.
It's always comfortable to meet our employer.
Yeah.
Well, this building doesn't have to like a purpose trip. I suppose we should go out to the whole building.
No, it was great.
I appreciate you all accepting my invitation, and I hope you enjoy listening.
quite intriguing. I've never actually seen this before.
Neither have I.
It's a test of minds just as much as strength.
Fumiko, I hate to ask, but once you're about to leave, can I hold you up for 1 second? Thank you.
I think we've covered everything we've learned. Yeah, thank you for the invite.
If the job goes well, and all of you have your pockets lined, whether or not you're spending my money, I would love to welcome you, or to one of the many other floors that have a lot of good times.
I'll definitely think about it.
Yeah. I think I'd enjoy.
I can guess from Night Owl typing away the nights, she will as well.
Poor Anomaly's laptop.
Those keys are gonna be busted soon. Actually, no,
Do you
today
know
I
how
won't.
durable those things are?
Never mind. Yeah.
The Infinidel. Almost as good as a Nokia.
Sooner break the buttons on the Nokia than
Yeah. For sure. Peel away the Dell stick so we'll find a
yeah, I have a Nokia brick laptop. You could drop that thing from a helicopter, it'd be fine.
Is there anything else? I assume all of you are
Anomaly will step out and await whatever vehicle he is provided.
However, Night Owl, I assume Night Owl is leaving too. But Psycho's actually leaving with you.
I was about to say, if her friend leaves with her, that'll be so much easier for her to leave.
Yeah. But Fumiko is just there with you alone now, right?
Out of curiosity, what are you going to be doing later?
What's on my schedule? What time is it? It's like 9. That means I have maybe at least 5 more hours of work in my day.
After that, we'd like to get together.
I don't see why not.
Well, where would you like to go?
Not fun if I know. That's quite literally what I do for my entire days. I know where I'm going from the beginning of it to the end. Except when you randomly tell me a meeting is scheduled suddenly, and I quite enjoy those randoms.
I have an idea then. Okay.
However, she'll give you a kiss on the cheek. More like ceremonial style than anything.
Yeah.
No. Then, as you all are leaving, down at the lobby, as you all exit,
There is a okay car. It's nothing that you would flash around at a corpo party, but it won't break down.
That's the
It'll
point.
get you from A to B, and it is very unobvious and discreet. It's pretty much just a black van, almost. But less,
Scratching this thing's gonna
less,
look
less
scratched.
suspicious. Less suspicious than a black van. It's got like some odd panel, like it's got a gray panel on this side, and it's got like a off-tone panel on the other side that makes it look more poor. But it has enough seats for all of them. And with your Neuralink, you can drive it with that.
Yeah, this is also Anomaly's first time driving with no hands.
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
also-
there's a driving skill, right? I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roll me that. I want to see what happens.
I am gonna get the passenger seat though.
But where are you trying to drive to?
I will fully state, Night Owl, you guys have to force in the car.
Come on, Night Owl. Why is this such an issue?
I'm going to take my laptop and put it in the back of the van, where she'd have to get in to grab it.
There's that, and then she sees the thumb drive still in it, and she just climbs right in.
Shut the door.
Closes the door.
Child safety locks on.
Anari.
We totally just
and
look like we
Emily's
just
high five.
kidnapped this girl.
No, that looks horrible. Oh, Chris Hansen, I promise it's not that bad.
Yeah, she's legal.
Exactly. We'll have the cops call us, not anything else.
However, I rolled a 16 for driving land vehicles. And I mean, I'd be trying to drive around the area where we'd be exiting town and looking for good, like, spots where you can lose sight of someone to try to, you know, just trying to look for good spots to lose people and telling everyone else to keep an eye out as well. That's why you wanted more eyes.
Okay. You definitely, I'll let each of you pick a skill that would make sense, obviously. Like, for example, Anar can use Streetwise because there's certain streets and routes that he would know that perhaps the member from Maelstrom wouldn't know because they don't, you know. But I will let you all pick one, and we'll see if you can
Streetwise.
find a good path through the Badlands plus the Northside Industrial District.
No, baby, give me a good roll.
I want to use
Oh, baby.
security tech, Ryan, to pinpoint cameras and other things they could utilize to try and find us and find the most disclosed path that if they have a net runner within the vehicle or just cameras in the area, they won't be able to utilize that.
Yeah, sure. Like those
21, by the way, for my Streetwise.
You see, I'm between two. I can either try to just use my local expert for Badlands, or I could I can see ways of using my wilderness survival.
I will say, I don't know if your driving land vehicle is high, but I would let you use that for this check because
It's a 12. It's actually higher than.
Yeah. I would
It's
definitely let you
closer
do
to
that
some of my
because
tech skills than.
driving the path. I feel like is a pretty good thing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
pre-driving the path we'd be taking. All right, in that case, I'll just roll the 19.
Whenever you want the answer, Ryan, I have it.
What?
I rolled a natural 10.
Oh no.
then I used my extra D10 of the day because I rolled a 3 for the first one, and I just really wanted to use it before the end of the session. So I used it here. So I got a 7. So 17 plus the 13 of my security tech put me at a 30.
That's the third 30 today.
Alright.
So as you're going through a path, you actually are rolling up and you find a set of bollards that are blocking the path. And you kind of look around for a moment and see there is no one. You quickly hop out of the car and you run over to where they would be electronically set up, and you mess with a few riders and you bring them down. So you open up a path that otherwise would not be there. And you catch them off guard, maybe, because they won't see it.
This one.
However, Inari, you can find a couple of streets at the end of this, more towards the Japantown part after you're out of the dab. It's like good spots to where you could potentially ramp a car from the Badlands into Japantown if you needed to on an emergency.
How that
However,
suspension would feel with a couple tons slamming down.
you know, yeah. Did Doc Race make a check?
No, I was trying to fix my sandwich.
Just anyone that you could.
You gotta
give me a good
justify.
reason.
You gotta justify whatever you want to use to roll to find a route.
I'm basically just asking for a skill check or a
Alright,
skill
I'll take
challenge,
that.
I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
3.
you're actually just like not focused on it at all. Just can't seem to find you're something in your eyes and just the light it just isn't working or something.
We're not attacked by the Mad Max people that live out here.
Actually, you rolled what?
Me?
Yeah.
A 19.
Yeah, so you did not horribly lose yourself in the Badlands, which could result in that. However, you do not do that, and you do manage to get yourself back over here. But you confidently think you could get a path through here now that you could comfortably travel and perhaps lose them, since you can quickly turn through streets or take side roads.
You know, the only thing I'm thinking of now. I'm just saying, we stopped to lower those bollards. What if we found a way to remotely raise them after we passed? Might not stop them completely, but it sure
You
as
just
hell
hear
at least
clickety
slow 'em
clacketing
down.
on their laptop now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
would
could
have
find,
to
you could
stay.
find the local area code for those bollards, and
Right, so
at least if you are within the range of them, turn
It'd
them.
be
It would
something
be
you
a
have,
time
like-
check.
Yeah. And if you fail the check, it could go
Yeah,
really
yeah, you could
bad.
raise them before we're over them.
It's fine. She wouldn't
we're
tell
gonna-
them.
We're
She-
gonna watch
yeah,
dogs
yeah.
the enemy.
Hey, we're
We
gonna
definitely do it though. I would
Yeah.
put it out. That sounds sick.
That is
I mean, we
exactly
raised
where I
the
got the
bar,
idea.
he'll
Shadow
buy
is
us
Watch
time to
Dogs.
escape. Yeah, he'll buy us time to escape.
If it
Either
works,
that or
it's good.
end
If it
months.
doesn't work, it can screw us. That's exactly the kind of risk I want to take.
That's the whole point of the game.
However, as we return the vehicle, Anomaly actually checks to make sure he didn't damage the vehicle any further than it already looks. Sure, it might be a bit dusty
Oh,
from
yeah.
driving out there.
Ah.
Anything. There's no marks on it. You drove it actually really well. It might be driving better now that it's actually ran.
Hope you has
because
nice
that
night,
thing
Lil.
probably hasn't ran for a little while. And it probably is running better now, oddly enough.
Yeah,
Now that the batteries had some time to work in it, you know, all the
Look at
roads.
that oil
Warmed up,
flowing
it's
again.
Cycled out the old fuel.
yeah. And Anomaly is just sitting there, and he is really glad he got this, this cord. I'm so glad that I got to test this before, because it is a little jarring.
Sounds like I did a good job then.
Like, I feel like it's almost a split second faster because I'm getting rid of the need for the need for my body to actually turn the wheel when I tell it to. It just does it as I think it. It's weird, but I love it. I'm so glad that we ripped these out of that deck now.
Yeah, you should be. It was
Don't
just
shake
a
your
week.
head like you didn't shoot him with a gun in the leg.
Sorry, I was thinking about something. What were you talking about?
I'm confident in that word.
That's good.
How it'll feel with a several-ton vehicle with a several-ton payload? It's gonna be way different.
Yeah, it's gonna be very bumpy.
But I think... I think you misunderstand the fact that it's not gonna feel as bumpy to us.
Fair point.
Another bonus of going out of the city is if we do need to pop extra shots.
Oh, trust me, I've been
Be
checking them.
less
There's just a
than
rule to that
way
channel if
to
we don't
get.
message in them.
And I mean, if we don't use all of those nice handy-dandy EMP grenades while in the facility,
They are always
they make
fire.
really nice stoppers for our pursuers.
It just depends. A fully mechanical vehicle might not be stopped by it, but if they're jacked into it, they'd have to very quickly resort to manual controls.
I doubt that they have any. I doubt that they'll be using anything external for driving Maelstrom after all.
Nice.
We'll see.
They're very archaic with their tech.
I don't know, this legs was pretty good.
Yeah, their life was good.
Even then, EMP going off on the vehicles is definitely good.
Oh yeah.
Battered, especially.
It's not hot.
Yeah, technically, if an EMP hits a car, it's dead for a bit, at least.
Yeah. You could
Shanks.
do it right as we're hitting the bollards.
Oh no.
What are we trying to do? Get like a high school burnout?
I was even,
Hell
I
yeah.
was even thinking we have an EMP away just as we're going over a hill, so we go down the hill, and then they go off the hill. The EMP hits, and as soon as they hit the ground, their car just
We could
Yeah.
fuck them. But, downside, we are going to be much louder when we're doing this. We're bound to draw the attention of someone nearby. So we either have to hope there's no Nomad clan nearby at the moment we're doing this,
that is.
or we
Or-
might have some extra pursuers. Luckily, if we... Oh, I don't know if
If
I
we
can...
stop some of the Maelstrom chasing us, they might divert the legend to them instead.
They might, but we've got the good tech on our truck.
How would they know that?
Because, do you plan to cover it up somehow? Pretty sure we're just locking this thing on and going.
She just shrugs.
That's what I think we're doing.
Upside, if we manage to outdrive a Nomad, they're not likely to follow us into the city. Downside, I don't think I can outdrive a Nomad. I might know a thing or two about how to drive a car, but they live and breathe vehicles.
Well, then I suppose that's why we should be able to get them off our tail if they do decide to chase us.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna sit there twiddling our thumbs in the car.
Oh no, we're. Plan is we should not be stopping until we're at our destination.
That would be ideal.
Well, that was a given.
Which, by the way, we never actually got the drop-off point, but I assume once they find a good,
I'll make sure worst case
I mean,
scenario.
now that we actually know the route we're taking, you can kind of forward that to them, and they can get back to you on the exact location they want us to drop off at. I think this is going great. I think we got a pretty good plan for escape now.
Yeah.
I'll finish your armor jack tomorrow. We need to figure out where in the rotation we are. So we're gonna want to need someone to verify who's there tomorrow.
I can do that.
And I mean, depending on that, I mean, we could end up hitting it tomorrow night.
That would be ideal.
You just hear
Or
Night Owl clicking
the day
away on
after.
the laptop.
I think that's all now.
I have to buy her one. She can buy herself one once she gets paid.
He acts like she can't buy one right now.
You know she's not gonna buy one for herself.
You act like she can't buy one right now. She just doesn't.
Yeah, why buy one when you have a free one right there?
Yeah, that's not registered to her.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You're
I
probably
think that one's registered to him?
That's the point. It's
That
just,
thing is definitely something he picked up in a salvage yard and repaired on his own.
but period, it's not registered to her.
she's happy about it.
That's all it needs to be. It's just unregistered to her.
Actually, you know what? I'll finish your armor jack and then go to sleep. That way I'm available from the moment I wake up to do whatever we need to do tomorrow.
I'll be on standby for tomorrow, ready to move up
Uh,
on a moment's notice.
Do you want to head all the way to your Clint Graves, or I mean, you can bunk with us at my place if you
I
don't
need to
feel
go
like
back
going
over there
across
to get-
town.
Well, I gotta
Oh,
go
you
there
probably
and get
didn't
my
bring your
stuff.
shotgun, did you?
No, but I'll go and
Alright.
get all my stuff and meet back up at your place.
That works for me. I just wanted to make sure, because that way we know where you're. We know you're nearby.
Indeed.
Your place is great if we want to hide from them. Hide across the city from them, but
Oh yeah.
alright. I'm heading back to my place. I gotta get this armor.
I get the
jack.
feeling that we're probably gonna, after the job, we're probably gonna have to make a stop there either way, as the deal with the few patch-ups, bullet holes and scratches and the like.
True. Yeah, Anomaly's gonna leave and start heading towards his place.
Rage is going to his house.
I assume Night Owl's following him.
Yep. You will never escape her now.
How dare I be trustworthy? How
Surprised
dare
we
I
actually
hate the
used car
Soviet
and dropped us
Union?
off at the respective I'm surprised we didn't use the car and just had an already take the car back afterwards.
Ah, yes, Inari. I'm sure he's got good driving.
Let me look.
Alright, I hope he's at least gotten a good enough idea.
It's
to
reflex based.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I would hope he at least would be good enough to drive following traffic laws.
I don't think you need that high of a skill for that.
It's a 7.
That is the meeting point right there. Or the drop-off point, I should say.
Okay.
Green. Okay.
It's like kind of in the middle of all 3 options. Bar the
Yeah,
Badlands are a little more out there because they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
but that's the point.
Wait,
It's
where's
the green. It's the green thing right on the top,
Right,
right
next
by
to
Shadow's
Lenara.
thing. It blends in because,
Yeah.
but it's right there.
Oh yeah. Okay, I had to like zoom into like plus 200 to see it.
When we're finished this job, can I pick the place for dinner?
You
You know what?
want to?
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. That's surprising.
I mean, I was gonna offer again.
No one needs to eat your gross food.
I was gonna.
Gross! You didn't even eat it. It was great. Inari loved it.
It was better than I expected.
It was interesting.
People don't need to suffer.
Cam's got the right reaction.
It was interesting.
However, I can drive back if you all want to.
Night Owl offering now. I'm even more peaked than that.
Wait, you're saying that I can drive this to my place and get out here and get out there?
The extra miles won't kill this car. I can drive it.
Actually, if we're doing that, shall we make a trip to my clinic for me to get my stuff, and then we drive to Anomaly?
Okay, night's not over yet.
Which
we're
one's
good.
on? It's a lot of driving.
And you have literally until the morning. You have until daylight to bring this thing back. You got
We
a
will-
long time. It's like
We will
I'm gonna
drive
say
to Doc's clinic.
It would
so
have
he can
taken
pick your shit
around
up.
3 hours to deal with all the path stuff like
So-
that.
Oh yeah,
And
so we still
eating.
got like.
So it's around 11 o'clock right now.
Yeah, we're fine. We got several hours. So yeah, we're gonna stop by Graves' clinic so he can pick up what he needs.
Yep. He's getting all of his gear for the mission.
And then
Armor,
we'll
his
drive to
shotgun, his
Anomaly's
tools,
place.
And his medicines.
You better not scratch it because I did everything I could to not scratch this thing. And if I get asked why I scratched it, I'm gonna be annoyed. And he's gonna hand Inari the keys. And then he will go into his thing. For Graves, by the way, because I remembered I had this when Night Owl went through my bag. I'm gonna pull out my my inflatable bed for Graves. Because I forgot, I have a tent and camping equipment and an inflatable bed and sleeping bag.
Oh, I think actually better to sleep on the chair, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, Anomaly's got his chair. He doesn't need anything more.
Night Owl in the chair.
Yeah, or to be inside of the chair.
Yeah. Thank you, Anomaly. This will be
But-
a lot better than before.
Nah, you need to make sure you're comfortable before something
Alright.
like this. With that, Anomaly's gonna finish the armor jack before going to sleep. So he'll work into the night, so he's probably gonna sleep at least the morning away.
And because of that, most of the other people are sleeping in and staying up a little bit longer. As the sound of that work, not hard to sleep.
Not
Well,
the
Night Owl
quietest.
also needs
But
to
I-
finish the code for the thingy.
Dude,
Night Owl has her code to do, and Graves can probably be interested enough in watching Anomalous work to not care.
do I?
He's
have-
watching two workaholics at work.
Yeah.
course, he's also on standby for Anomaly, because, Anomaly somehow ends up with stuff at his feet.
Oh, there's multiple close calls where you watch as, like, the file falls and bounces off the cyber leg.
Breaks. Oh, God, take me.
There's also
Anomaly-
definitely a moment that Night Owl picks stuff up and moves it into the wrong locations.
And that's when he knocks that stuff down, because it was moved from its normal spot. He works fine as long as everything's where it belongs. But yeah, I think Inari's armor jack comes first. I need to make sure to do like salvaging to have spare parts for those.
Anari, just roll me a drive check.
Yeah, vehicle check.
Vehicle check just to see if do something really bad.
15.
You can make it back. And as you were pulling up, suddenly there's someone that gets into the car. And you look at them at first, and just someone in normal street clothes. You almost reach for your weapon until you see the face is very familiar, and it's just Fumiko in the most normal clothes you've ever seen her wear.
He's just gonna stop reaching and he's just gonna start driving again.
Where are you taking her?
Oh boy. Well, you see, the way he thought of it is that she's very overworked and she is constantly in all these fancy places. I'm
Strip
gonna
club.
take her back to my apartment. Oh, that's great.
You can take her to your apartment? Okay. Sure.
Would you like some bread?
Oh, I actually have food there right now.
Too bad I'm not in the bread box this time.
So glad you're on the goddamn bread box this time.
That would have been hilarious.
You're gonna make her some late night, midnight dinner then.
Yeah, I would.
There's a contract, right?
There is. Hopefully I'm good at it.
I would think it'd be under education. It's not. It's under technique.
Oh, I hope to God not.
No.
No.
It's how do they have all of these things
Yeah.
and then not have a fucking?
Would it be personal group?
I
No.
mean, there are multiple places where you can put like a custom one, but like
Yeah.
they have
Would
so
it-
many things.
Oh.
I'm surprised they don't have a cooking skill
Oddly
of all
enough,
things.
I think it's gonna be education, because I would most put it to a basic school education, to a basic cooking school that's like I don't know. It would
Yeah.
probably be technique, but there's no technique. Paint, draw, and sculpt.
I think you could either, because you could either do it for both. Either one's education or one's technique. I think it would work
Time to
both
add the
ways.
custom cooking skill that takes technique.
I really hope it's not technique. I'm fucked if that's the case. Oh, that's fucked.
You know what? Roll me an acting check.
Acting,
In acting,
He's
chat,
being
acting
nice.
like you know how to cook.
he's being nice. Thanks, Tim.
I mean, if it were me, you'd be rolling a cool check to see how well you can plate it, and a technique check to see how good it actually is.
Well,
Got the double
Good night,
roll.
Graham.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta do math real quick. That would be 22. Sorry.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you make it for?
Something Japanese. So let's.
So original.
Japanese.
Not like she
Beans
gets
and
that.
rice.
Not like she gets it every day. So original.
So what is this something Japanese you're gonna make?
Give me one. goddamn second.
Takoyaki.
I love takoyaki, but that's an
Takoyaki.
appetizer. That's not a meal.
It is.
Yeah.
It's good.
Ramen.
Miso soup is amazing.
It's also not a
Miso
meal.
soup is pretty good.
They usually have soup with
Weirdly,
almost every
because-
meal.
You
Because
know
a lot
what?
of miso soup is mushroom, and I actually
I'm
like
gonna
miso
make
soup.
her some udon noodles.
You're going to make some noodles, okay? Well, with the 22, you definitely can make some noodles. And you can make a nice
Fancy.
broth that to go with. I'm guessing you're making some broth to go with it, and not just noodles by itself.
Yeah.
Noodles.
Yes, I'm.
Okay. Yeah. You can
it's
make a
ma-
nice soup, and
There'd be
with
some.
how like
I would put meat and veggies in it as well, though, because that's what udon usually is.
Yeah.
Very thick noodles.
Noodle.
make her a nice noodle soup, and she will eat it and enjoy it and savor it. At least on the outside.
Yeah, I'm not gonna incite that because guard is down right now, so he's not even thinking about it. However, because I want this to happen, he does get a little bit of like soup on his shirt, and
Take it
stands up.
all off.
he stands up and shut the hell up. Let me finish. This is already hard enough. He takes it. God damn it. Takes
I broke
off
him.
The shirt. Takes off the shirt, and she would notice all of the scars on his body. That because I don't think she's ever seen that, and there are many of them.
Didn't you just get into an onsen with her?
Fuck, she did. Never mind. Yeah, she would. I fucking forgot. Okay, it's one thing I forgot.
It was a sound though.
You take off your shirt, and she doesn't care. You see a smile on his face.
He just doesn't even think about it. He's just kind of in autopilot mode, and he's just gonna go back to making his ramen. Noodles, udon, shit.
You're just kind of eating your noodles. You feel her occasionally trace over one of the scars with her fingers, unless you react in pain.
Shivers, but or like he'd shiver, but then for the last one he would recoil in pain a little bit.
Did you ever tell me what happened?
You know, how about this? If either I'm on my last breath, or if something comes back and rearing its head towards me, sure, but I hope you can understand that I'm going to try to leave that past behind.
I understand. Secrets need to stay buried until they are unburied. By outside forces that we can't control.
However, once he's done eating, he's going to set his bowl kind of on the floor because he's not carrying out. He's going to hug her.
Go turn the hug. You definitely saw that she was disappointed that you didn't trust her, but she definitely understands. I'll just give that to you.
That's the reason he's hugging her. It's... I'll give you this, at the very least. And I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to know this. Izumi isn't my name.
A girl can guess. But you don't look like an Izumi.
Oh. Will you come up with names for me then?
None that I'm willing to let you know now.
Hmm.
And
Like-
if Psycho ever told you, I don't know if I could have a joke about having her killed. She does too much for me.
I'd like you to see it. That's okay.
You see her kind of like look over at the clock for a minute and look back at you. I can stay for a while.
A while there. And
She
he
stays
says,
with you for most of the night though, to the point of where you fall asleep. But after then, when you wake up, she's not there.
yeah, but Albert does hold her as long as she allows it.
Cuddle with her. Nothing more than that. Though. Just
Yeah.
cuddle. And when you wake up in the morning, there is a nice bowl of breakfast soup for you. And a pot of coffee.
Gore.
However, that is where I'm going to end the session.
I got free food.
You
should
took
probably use
your
my
food!
I know. Yep. It's a joke.
You got free food made for you? You know what? No, I understand. You got free food. I get it. I understand. You didn't have to make that food. Food is always better when you don't have to make it. That's just how it is.
There's also a type of... It tastes different if you make it though. Like, it's almost... It can be rewarding.
Oh, I mean, the feeling is different.
Yeah.
I am feeling that taste.
I like the Italian hand motion you did.
Of course, yeah, I had to do it.
Forgot about the Osen bit. Damn it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Can you not jinx us?
I'm just saying, we're fucked.
No, we're not. We're fine.
No, I gave you guys a lot of good information.
Yeah. We're at least.
If you all do though.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed Night Owl being Night Owl.
The gig is actually next session.
I think
By
we're.
some
I think
miracle.
we're like right there.
Oh, there. It's kind of crazy. How many sessions are we in now? Gosh, it's time to go to Tish Channel's check.
Well, she should have them all. So.
They're all in order, but here's the thing.
Not all uploaded.
I think this will be the only one not uploaded other than... Did you do one of these ones for me, Glenn?
Hmm.
One sec.